Terracana by Chapter 10, Night of Equestria. I wake up with something soft and warm in my arms. I look down and see a smiling Luna still asleep. She looks so beautiful just laying there. A knock at the door grabs my attention and a maid walks in. Princess Breakfast is ready. She trails off as she spots us. It's Featherduster, the same maid who the there who same maid who closed the carriage door on me when I first came to the castle. I lift a finger to my lips and shush her. She just stands there, slowly nodding. I place my right hand on Luna's shoulder and lightly shake her. Luna, it's time to get up. Tell to her. I say to her. She just rumbles and snuggles deeper into me. I chuckle and stroke her hair. Come on, breakfast is ready, I tell her. Just 5 more minutes, she says, and wraps her arms around my chest. I look over to Featherduster and see her smiling at us. I try to pull away from her and slide to the edge of the bed. She suddenly holds on, groaning in protest. I didn't realize I reached the edge and rolled off. Whoa, I yell and fall on my back, with Luna on top of me. She groans and opens her eyes. All right, we are up. Though we rather stay in bed with thee, she says and kisses me. The maid then decides to cough, and Luna sits upright and looks at her. Breakfast is ready, and Princess Celestia is waiting for you both, she says, with a blush on her face. Very well. We shall be down in a while. We thank thee for telling us, Luna replies. The maid bows and exits the room. Luna looks back at me and at the position she's in. She blushes and quickly stands up. We'll, we'll, we'll be back in just a moment, she says, and hurries off into her closet. I chuckle and get dressed myself. I equip my armor and weapons and wait for Luna to come out. She comes back out in a dark blue dress and with a silver crescent moon on her right hip, with stars all around it that twinkle when she moves. Her hair and tail are back to their flowing majesty. Art thou ready? She asks. Whenever you are, I reply. She grabs my hand and with a smile pulls me towards the door. She's like a little girl with their first crush. We walk down the hallways holding hands. What have you got to do today? I ask her. We have to help our sister with the matter of the Griffins. To be honest, we like to go there and smack some nonsense into the arrogant lot, she tells me. Were they always like that? I ask her. Nay, before our banishment, they were a proud race of hunters, never hunting anything but animals, she replies. Wait a minute, what banishment? You were banished? I ask, surprised. She gasps, her eyes go wide, and she places her right hand over her mouth. She looks down with a grateful expression. Yes, we were banished to the moon for 1,000 years when we tried to veil the world in eternal night, she tells me quietly. Why will you do that? Try to do that? I ask her calmly. She stays silent for a few seconds before answering. We got jealous of the attention our sister was getting for her day while the ponies in order slept through our night, she says, and starts to cry. We understand if these wishes to leave us, she says quietly. She gasps as I wrap her in a hug. The past is in the past. You're not like that anymore. Do you still want to plunge the world into eternal night? I ask her, and she shakes her head. Then don't worry about it anymore. Live for the now, not the past, I tell her, and she lets her emotions out and cries against me. Fortunately, there was no one else in the hallways with us. Once the car was down, we head down towards the dining hall. Luna is feeling a lot better now, and That's got that out. And we arrive, and I open the door for her. She smiles and enters. Celestia is sitting at her usual spot and we joined her, but this time I'm sitting next to Luna. Good morning, Celestia, I greeted her. Good morning, you two. From what I heard, you both sat rather well. She smirks at us. Luna blushes and drinks from a cup. I smirk back. That we did. Luna here makes a rather comfy pillow, I reply. Luna spits out her mouth full of water from her basement all over Celestia. I laugh while Celestia looks unamused. Luna blushes even harder and apologizes to her sister. I suppose I deserve that, Celestia says as her horn glows. She's instantly dried off. Luna tells me that you'll both be showing out the Griffin problem today, I say to Celestia. Yes, we are trying to find a solution so that we don't have to send anyone to their deaths while ensuring that they don't attack us, she tells me. We still say we should show them that we will not tolerate threats against us, Luna says with a frown. That's just not how things are done nowadays. If we were to do such, it would break the agreement we have with all our allies of never attacking another nation. Should the Griffins attack first, then we can retaliate. Though I hope it never comes to that, Celeste tells Luna. The dining room hall opens and Luba walks in for the first time over a week. Over a week. He gives me the faintest of glares and sits at the other end of the table. Luna is openly glaring at him while Celeste held her neutral expression. Breathless arise and we eat in silence. Luna and Celestia finish off their food and stand up. We shall see thee later today, Luna says and gives me a quick quiz. I hear Luba give a short intake to my right. I ignore him and smile at Luna. You can count on it. Until then, I'll head back to the training grounds for more practice, I tell her. They both leave the room, not before keeping a guard by the doors. I'm almost done with my breakfast when Luba speaks up. So you're courting Aunt Luna, it seems, he says distastefully. That is none of your concern, I tell him. Actually, I think you'll find that it is. Only those of high military rank or noble birth may court royalty, he tells me. I look at him with a frown. He just smugly smiles. Your courting the princess is against the law and punishable by sending you to the dungeons, he says with a grin. I stand up and head towards Celeste's office while acknowledging the prick of a prince who is laughing at me. I arrive and knock at the door. Enter, Celestia calls out. I enter the door with a frown on my face. Adrian, what's the matter? She asked me with concern. Blue Blood told me that unless I'm noble birth or a high military rank, I can't court Luna. I tell her. Her eyes widen and she frowns at Whirl. I can't believe I forgot that old law. I thought I abolished it centuries ago, she says. Luna doesn't look worried at all. So all he needs is a high military rank, correct? She asks. Yes, but that will take him years to get, Celestia replies. Is the law allowing us to choose a knight with our name still in effect? Luna asks. Celestia gasps and smiles. Yes, I just haven't had the need to choose a knight for the last 800 years, but yes, the law is still very much alive, she tells her. Both Celestia and Luna walk over to me, each summoning a sword. Celestia's long golden sword with Celestia's is a long golden sword with a ruby embedded to each side of the handguard, while Luna's sword is same as Celestia's but a white silver color with sapphires in the handguard. Adrian Stormsword, do you accept the title of Knight of Equestria? Celestia asked me seriously. I gulp nervously. And what does a Knight of Equestria do? I ask. Thou shalt be our protector in times of danger and escort us in diplomatic meetings. Thou shalt be called, thou shalt also be called to arms should thou be needed to protect the citizens from powerful beasts or demons, says Luna tells me. As this also one of the highest ranks any point can receive that only we can give, she says. So I'll basically be your personal bodyguard, I ask. Luna giggles. Basically, yes, thou will take your orders directly from us, she says. I kneel, I smile and kneel in front of them. I accept, I tell them. Luna taps Celestia taps my right shoulder with her sword while Luna taps my left. Then rise, storm toward night with Equestria, Celestia says, and I stand back up. Luna horn glows and an armor stand with look like a dusty old suit of armor colored white with dark blue trimmings appears behind them. Celestia's mark is on the right pauldron, and Luna's mark on the left. A sword is strapped to the left hip of the armor. Luna takes the sword and holds out to me. I take the sword from her and draw it. The blade is a dark blue with a white flame pattern going up the blade. The handle looks like a crescent moon with a pommel that looks like a sun. A diamond rests embedded at the base of the blade on each side. The sword's name is Twilight's Edge, a blade that will never dull and is very light, Luna tells me. Both hers and Luna Horn's glow as a suit of armor wraps slightly reshapes to fit my body. The leggings turn to a chainmail-like robe connected to the bottom of the chest plate, while the helmet turns into chainmail cloth that my hood can go over. The upper arm plates, turn to chainmail that hang from the parson's rims. Please remove your armor, Celestia tells me. I carefully take my armor off and stack it back in the corner. I take the boots, chest plate, cloth, and gauntlets and put them on. Their horns glow slightly as they adjust the size perfectly. The armor is lighter than my father's. I move around in the armor and surprisingly it doesn't restrict my movement. The armor is made of the same steel as the guards, but enchanted to be lighter without loss of density, Celestia tells me. I sheath the sword and face them. So what do I do now? Will there be a ceremony or something, I ask? Normally, yes, but I believe revealing you at the gallows will be just as good, Celestia replies. I shall go practice with the sword and armor while you do your paperwork then, I ask. That would be wise. It will help you get accustomed to it, Celestia tells me. Luna walks over to me. We shall be seeing thee later, Sir Knight, she says, and playfully pushes me out of the room. I chuckle and head down the training grounds. The guards I pass, both princesses and bluebirds, stare at my new armor with gasping jaws and wide eyes. I can't help but to smirk a bit. I've arrived at the grounds and walk up to one of the training derbies. I draw my sword and grasp it firmly as I pull my sword back and swing harmoniously, leaving a deep cut in the middle in wood. I then channel an arcane firearm into the sword, which gives off a dark red flame along the blade. I swing at the dummy again. This time, the cut is deeper, and the dummy is set ablaze. I wonder if the diamonds in the sword are increasing my channeling efficiency. I notice the man that installed my armor the first time I was here is just gawking at me. Adrian, is that you? I hear the voice of Shining Armor ask me. I turn to see him walking towards me. Yeah, it's me, I reply. He looks my new armor over. Will you get the armor? Why does it have the princess cutie marks on it? He asked. Have you heard about Luna coining me? I asked him. Yeah, I heard rumors are floating about, so it's true then. Yeah, yes. Bluebird told me that by law that's only those with high rank in the military or a noble birth could court a princess, so the princess made me their knight, I tell him. He gasped. They made you a knight of Equestria, he butts out, causing the other guards to gasp and starts murmuring. It was Luna's idea. I am happy with it. Means I can stay with Luna and also protect her. I tell him. Well then, since you're the princess knight, I'll have to train you to be one of the best swords pony there is. He tells me. Walks over to the wooden weapon rack. He then looks back at me. What are you standing there for? Let's get started.